In each of the past 3 seasons, Alyssa Thomas has finished top 5 in MVP voting, with Satou Sabally joining her in 2023. The 4 is widely considered the strongest position in the WNBA, with the likes of A'ja Wilson, Napheesa Collier, and Breanna Stewart. In Thomas and Sabally, the Phoenix Mercury now have 2 of those players, and have firmly found themselves in title contention in 2025. The Mercury have had a lot of moving and shaking this offseason. Departures of Sophie Cunningham and Natasha Cloud aren't just going to be felt as basketball players, but spiritually, they made up so much of this team's identity in recent history, especially the way they worked with head coach Nate Tibbetts. The historical impact of Brittney Griner doesn't need to be explained to anyone, and although there's been no mention of Diana Taurasi's retirement, I think a Griner departure tells us all we need to know. Compound this with the fact that Taurasi said she wanted to retire quietly, and reading the tea leaves might be telling us something, but I really hope I'm wrong. Kalani Brown and Sevgi Uzun are also making their way to Phoenix in the trade. They can play off other players, as well as run a serviceable second unit as the 1 and the 5. They join Natasha Mack, who established herself as a great play finisher, as well as the flurry of dynamism in the Mercury backcourt, which is mirrored by their 2 new superstars. Take this play from Satou. Not much space, bit of action, D moving a little bit, but still good structure, and she can create a fault to attack. Now take this play from Alyssa Thomas. Good action, gets the D moving and out of position. Conceptually, a play like this would work with much more effect in Phoenix, as they have much better shooting than what's on the court in either clip. Even a play as simple as this can so easily be run with Whitcomb as the screener, and is even more deadly with options like Sabally, Mack, and Kahlia Copper off ball. I mean, here's an action to get Whitcomb in a similar situation off a broken play. It would be even more efficient off better action and with a better playmaker, which could be Thomas or Sabally. Now, as for the defensive end of the court, that won't really be the focus of this video, but enjoy a few of these Alyssa Thomas stops while I talk about the fast break potential. Quick Ryan Jonquil, that's a great play. And look, she goes straight into transition even though she's trailing the play. She's just wired this way. Look at this damn play. Stays with Collier, anticipates it perfectly, and starts the break before the shot clock has changed. This isn't a replay. That's 2 full dead stops straight into a fast break against Napheesa Collier. Bad pass here, but you get the idea. This is clinical. Rookie big, top of the key, no one else behind her, and cookies, off to the races, easy money. Sorry Angel, but again here, basically no one home for Chicago, and Thomas is 1 step ahead of all of us. Off she goes. Also, Satou can get in on the action on this end, and she's another great trigger point on the fast break. Good anticipation here, and off she goes. Or here, making a play, but this time as a passer. And that's just gorgeous. Reward the big, get an easy basket, drive the opposition crazy, easy formula. Also, that could so easily be Natasha Mack. And there will be ample opportunity for runs to the rim like this for Mack or Copper or anyone for that matter. Thomas obviously brings more of the playmaking, with Sabally bringing 3-level scoring and a healthy diet of free throw attempts. The 2 have a natural fit together and complement the rest of the roster quite a lot. Imagine an action as simple as this with Sabally or Copper in Dwana Bonner's position. Both players are able to make this read and are better finishers than Bonner. I mean, here's almost the same action with Satou receiving a pass from a big on an empty baseline. And here's Copper receiving a more difficult pass, balancing herself, discarding a big, and a soft finish. With AT at the helm, she'll have so many options and will be lulling her opponents to sleep with her passing. Satou is a whole different kettle of fish for opposing defenses, and she can create a basket from anywhere at any time. I mean, she makes some of these threes look so easy, finding balance before pulling. And in these situations, there's still the threat of the pass, with this one looking eerily similar to that last Thomas clip. Or this one. Look at how much of a threat she is in breaking down the defense before causing a situation that gets a shooter wide open, not to mention the execution on the pass. Now back to her attack, and she's only been getting these half advantages with the Dallas Wings, yet still turning them into layups. This will look a lot easier being run with the likes of Thomas, Copper, and Whitcomb. Or here, check by Stewie in with no advantage, she opens up her stance and creates a wide open layup against the set half-court defense. In joining Kahlia Copper, they'll have a touchdown target they can hit right off a rebound, which would turn this semi-contested layup into an open one. Or here, pitch and get back to either of Thomas or Sabally, a real screen and a more purposeful cut than Griner's, and that layup won't look that hard. An action like this is already in the playbook and just begging to be run with Thomas at the point and Sabally as the screener. WNBL MVP Sammy Whitcomb can provide 3-point relief if they get overzealous on the break but have still created an advantage, or even find a shooter in the same position with an advantage of her own. All of this play will create opportunities that will trickle down like my favourite economic theory, and when you have players like Celeste Taylor who make the right play, no advantage will be lost. So Satou and Alyssa will bring a lot to a transient franchise and dynamize the offense with Nate Tibbetts. With these two new additions, the Phoenix Mercury are a contender waiting to happen. They enter a strong starting unit and okay depth, which can be improved upon internally, or if they get impatient, externally. We'll wait and see when fans in the desert will be cheering on a home court advantage in the postseason, but there's no reason that can't be this year. The Phoenix Mercury are on the clock.